So, folks, we have a big update. Earlier this year, we talked about the murder of Johnathan Joss. Those of you might know him better for his roles on Parks and Rec and King of the Hill as John Redcorn. But he was murdered earlier this year. And in a pretty blatant attack participated in by his neighbor. Now, for those of you who don't know, Johnathan Joss was gay. He was in a gay relationship. He was shot and killed in front of his partner in their driveway, and it's pretty disgusting. But just taking a quick look here. Neighbor indicted in murder of King of the Hill star Johnathan Joss. And keep in mind, it took like 6 months for this to happen. And they knew who did it right away. Hope that means they built up a strong case. Maybe. We'll have to see. Yeah, no, this was an ongoing case, guys. Johnathan Joss and his partner had been getting threats from their neighbors for years. Police were called out to his home so many different times. He wasn't able to make enough money to make ends meet, so he and his partner were living without heat in their house. Yeah, it's not great. But the man accused of shooting and killing King of the Hill actor Johnathan Joss in June has been indicted for murder. On Monday, a grand jury indicted Sigfredo Queja Alvarez, 57, on one count of murder. Alvarez was arrested in June on a charge of first-degree murder. He was subsequently released on a $200,000 bond. And let's just take a look. His partner stated, Johnathan and I had no weapons. We were not threatening anyone. We were standing side by side. When the man fired, Johnathan pushed me out of the way and he saved my life. After the shooting, Alvarez fled the scene in a vehicle, but later confessed to killing Joss when he was detained by police. According to the police report, Queja Alvarez told the first officers to arrive, "I shot him," which, makes it very weird that it took months to get an indictment. Dude literally was like, "Yeah, it was me. I did it," and it looks an awful lot like it was a hate crime. We were harassed regularly by individuals who made it clear they did not accept our relationship. Much of the harassment was openly homophobic. And at the time of Joss's death, they were living in hotels after a fire burned down Joss's longtime home. Yeah. There were over 70 calls for service at Joss's address, according to SAPD. And they had officers assigned to the neighborhood to regularly check in. And of course, the man who shot Johnathan Joss initially claimed self-defense, and that claim has since not been substantiated, seemingly. And it's a really, really heartrending case. But it is nice to see that it is moving forward. It is not, in fact, being ignored or neglected. And it's a really, really sad story. I did a video about it back in June. But it appears that justice is moving forward for Johnathan Joss, albeit perhaps slower than any of us would like. And I thought you all would appreciate the update. I know I did. Well, no, Lefty McLefterson, he got indicted by a grand jury, which is not the same as being convicted. So I believe the next step is for this to go to trial, and at which point he'll stand in front of a jury of his peers for them to decide whether he is guilty or innocent. So we'll see. It took a lot of pressure from the community in San Antonio to make that happen. The LGBT group had to go down and demand McManus do something. Yeah, I imagine that a lot of this has been stalled by bureaucrats being unwilling to give a damn about a murdered queer man, So thank you to everyone in the San Antonio LGBTQ community who showed up and pushed San Antonio to do the right thing. With that being said, if you got anything out of this, like, comment, and subscribe. Share the stream, share the video. And let's keep on going.
Riverboat Jack is going to town. All the viewers gather round. Twitch and YouTube is where she streams. All that content is bursting the seams. Politics, dating, plenty more. Her sense of fashion you'll adore. So grab your stuff and